Okay, but apart from that, now Pastor will be bigger.
Me I kind of say experience being I say experience in there. I said I couldn't name kakra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think say it's a kasa about this quantum entanglement thing. And see me madam for being or send a home fan or see the bin and the yam nest being a make a chance so when the uncle fear also I ya on team fit.
Also, what that for now?
Or see the bin and the yam now he making
Okay.
it uncomfortable on to me now on to me like he's restless. So
Okay.
and make us say uncle fit because of fear no better no so what try Emma and me sending the message make a chance so only the or imagine say me yeah they ne free afinimu or say hey me I'm scaring her. I say na me can me scaring me so okay na me friend no. Me friend no na on video call and I me friend anima na me imagine say I was taking everything out from her stomach through her mouth. And I imagine that she was vomiting the whole thing. And I did that for a number of minutes. And I end the call. Me end the call now was sending me or say me and the corner and she felt like vomited. She went and vomited and everything is okay and she's okay. And I'm so wow.
Yeah,
No,
that's really bad.
or say
That's really good.
or say who are you? I say who am I? I say I'm the person you know. No. What did you do? This one I don't understand. Nah, maybe son say and can be a pastor and go be beside those questions. Yeah, you know. Can be a pastor because so nyanko pa for so ye I'm me ho atobe na ba me pastor and you beside say who are you?
So what I say? It's okay. Next, and one, yes, one channel say, "Anya afina could make it long story. Be an
Debbie.
and one say, "Okay, why?" And one nice one. That was very interesting.
Yeah,
Anyway, thank you for sharing.
right.
Okay, please, hey, all of a sudden we'll be a dropping in, sir. Just maybe now who raise you will have on sir because of what I was saying before. Medamu nyina must say mutimi. It should be na ebusa apagya on sir just in case who question be an answer be a experience be na one obunia no mbecha. Mr. Mo betimi apagya on sir na fefe na mama okwa no wakasa. Oh, Mama, Madam Karu, upeja on so. Na me peja me my mic na but me say my ya na usa drop into me say but masa baba ki be ma na say be na a mistake in so it's fine, no problem. Okay, yeah. Madam, yeah, pacho betimi akasa. But yeah, Nirvana. Hey, is it me or I don't know? Ubia me ma ubia mic bia no atiko.
Mepacho wetimika.
Pacho metonka.
Mepacho micheche.
Yeah,
My question been I'm person bisa.
okay.
Let me share some of the beginners videos, Nona. I realize say you need to have some frequency or vibration to get to certain planes or to attract a teacher or something like to help you. And I still person call to the astral planes, the other planes, no vibration or say,
Yeah, I understand what you are saying.
it is or say yeah. So I want to ask, how do you get that
obtain
can
that
attract you
frequency?
to that place. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you asking?
I want to know what you will do to get that frequency. Yeah.
Okay. So so what you it's not there's not like a particular word that make just say, well, there's not a particular uh, practice, and I don't know how to put it, but the memo that what I can tell you is say what you are doing here already, it's let me see, they are just the basics. You understand? They are just the basics, and as you say akwara ketwa. So until say when you give birth, maybe that the child, and you can't start giving him or her like a real food or fufu, benku, and all that. You understand? You can't be giving it to him or her just from the beginning. But as time goes on, no, you will be taking certain age. Then you start introducing food like a normal kids food to him or her. You understand? A gradual process.
Yes, yes.
But just what I say, it what you are doing right now, you can say you practice now. You can say you will know you can say you will know now when you experience now, and everything sits in the mind. So what I say, what your mind is thinking about, if you are some ubia, debia, oh, be now both, even though you are here, but be small now both, be a kakre be now kasa anyhow. In that case, of course, you are building your vibration and frequency at the same time. But in that case, say bibi saba utrimupe now vibration where in ekolo. It's a kobasa and I have to say there, o fra homa, o fru idia, but no be say chumba from. So nti ekoba saa
Yes.
na you uko na wo say tiba form uko na wo say tiba form, and trust me, the universe know everyone. So what I said, the universe knows everyone. Like when you get to this point, when you get to here, there's no magic anywhere, or there's no tricks for you to be getting to that higher level. But as much as the more you practice, the more you are able to channel, go out of your body. The more you are able to do projection and all that. When you go outside there, you go and learn on your own. That is how you build yourself to reach higher levels of frequency and vibration. You understand?
Oh,
But if maybe you are expecting me to tell you, say there's a particular exercise you be, or there's a particular way you be shortcut you be to get to that level. No, that one day, I'm sorry, we don't have anything like that. But it's all about practice, dedication, the kind of mindset and that with him. How do you think? How do you surround yourself with positive things? That is how you raise your vibration to a certain level to attract certain things. I hope say it's clear. Can you hear me? Yeah, Ampacho, are you there? Can you hear me?
okay. But you are. I
Oh,
now no. Oh, please
okay.
can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm there. I can hear you. Can you hear me also? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Yeah.
you.
So for the practice, yeah, okay. For the practice, I'm still doing, and I mean, who said clear audience now much, I've been experiencing
Okay.
that, like me sounds in my ear sometimes. No, me around I hear it when I come. So me that's an inch. I understand. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So you keep
Yeah,
practicing. Keep
I
practicing
understand.
and don't doubt. Don't doubt. You understand? Never doubt to say, I did hear me equal. I don't even know say if I will get there or not. When then immediately you start having doubts in what about what you are doing now, you are definitely
Mhm.
vibrating low, and your frequency is very low. You won't be able to attain certain things if you start doubting. So I hope it's clear.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Thank
Thank you.
thank you for understanding. Okay, Elizabeth.
Okay. Thank you.
Elizabeth.
No, yeah. Yes.
Bacho betimi aka. Bacho du mu camera no. Why?
Yo.
Bacho kasa.
Me pacho me chicha munyina.
Bacho ye joso.
Me pacho baya 3 weeks ni. Me ya practice na. Ade a me hu ye numbers. Na
Okay.
sa de number me ta ho pa ye 33.
Okay.
Ebia 733.
733.
555. Saa
Okay.
na ma mmienu wei mi taa ho saa na ma nipa na 333.
Okay. Okay.
Enu mi nti
Bacho
ase.
practice be na we.
Me yɛ breathing exercise. Blue circle no so me yɛ. Stillness
Okay.
so me yɛ.
Okay. Eno saa practice we mu na we ya na elidi utu. Na ma udi hu numbers na say there's one particular bi a we ya na ma hu numbers.
Oh, ne nam wei no. Me yɛ no enwumere ne anɔpa 3:30, enwumere 9. Ɛne anɔpa 3:30 anaa 4. Eti ebia me yɛ wie na ma sorry a na me ma ho number no.
Che usori ta anopa na waye wi na wasora na. Uhunu wani so clear wa bra wasori nam ho no ma na say woda na wo.
Oh, sɛ sorry. Ti sɛ mefa na meyɛ practice ni wie pɛ mefa na me phone na saa number no wɔ so. Ana mɛhyia obi a na mahyia saa number no. First no na m'ani kɔ ho ba prɛko pɛ na atwi m'adwi sɛ a ɛyɛ a wonhu numbers wei na. Nti mete hɔ na saa adeɛ no adrɔp nti na m'ani adi akyire paa nti ebia me wɔ hɔ a mɛpie baabi na maho saa number no.
Okay.
Mpacho wate nea mepa akyerɛ no ase.
Pacho Matthias. So yeah, intina mi bisa say practice ben no na particular ben na we ya udi hu numbers sa numbers na say it doesn't matter the obi bia obi hu.
Oh, anɔpa meyɛ no anɔpa. Meyɛ breathing exercise na. Ɛna metaa ho number no.
Okay. Matthias. Anyway, don't worry. Don't worry about those numbers no. And just in case say uko die enyumra. We you know say you the old baby da. We for those numbers no esi weni so ne ka she utrim say upe say wo higher self enchire those numbers no ase. So at here. First weni so say upe say higher self. Won't say numbers na ase. Not also put up on chiro numbers na idea as each day. Why you they want to continue practicing? Why you are doing well? Okay, that's it.
So that's.
Ebusa from patron why be Bamuchomo mupeja munsa before Mr. Mo Musa Braba Kona na mumpeja munsa na if anything. Mumbusa myself.
Okay,
yes, you can.
Boss, will be any one Martin say it, but I not a more exercises. So,
And patron na me bisa who answer me saying
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
me bisa.
okay,
I
then
don't
continue.
know if you itawo be big for candia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's Boone. I think it's gonna be done.
Okay. Yeah, it's born patron beti me akasa.
Evening.
Good evening.
Obia here, I guess.
Patron bia.
And then I'm yes. If I show enra anaju me die. Me dano me breathing exercise. I was lying down and I'm here breathing exercise. But sometimes I'm here, I don't feel comfortable. But enra me here for about 30 minutes. It's me even though I was uncomfortable, but I still continued. And I'm here. After that, I'm here stillness, with the horse. And many, I could hear myself say, me dark, I cry like I could hear myself snore a bit because of the position now. And me see say me snore kakra, and all of a sudden, BB and I'm like from the sole of my feet, a bus through to my head. And then I felt some heat. That heat, me feel bitter. Even though like AC air, but like I was sweating. And then I could feel as if there was something coming out of me, but I didn't know what it was. And then now my dreams, so there were so many thoughts coming to my head at once at the same time. Let me dream, let me who me papa, let me yesterday. So many things, some of them I can't even remember. And I can say, teacher eats a class some time ago. So we decide question or class say, you need to set an intention. Um, and no, I didn't set any intention because I didn't believe that it's gonna happen to me because anytime we set the intention, I don't feel anything, I don't see anything, and I just finish and I sleep off. But yesterday I don't know what happened, and I felt that sensation, very intense sensation, and it was like I think the air free me move, but so I want to find out say, and then like I don't know, is that a projection? But I was still awake though, and I was feeling the heat, and then it was like as if something is coming out of me. I don't know how to explain it. It's strange. It's an person maybe sir. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's born. What to
Yes,
make up?
please. Make
Okay.
you uncover.
So, and one, no, why you are doing it? It's your first time. That is why you feel uncomfortable. Why? Hello, hello.
Okay. Me patro Manti Papa line. No. Hello, I can hear you now.
Okay, let me say it is your
Hi.
first time. Okay, so don't worry. As time goes on, you'll be very fine. Why?
Oh, okay, Maxi. It was that I didn't want a sensation. Not because I was holding on to it. I didn't want it to go, even though I was uncomfortable. I didn't want
Yeah.
it to go. If I do something, maybe I'm not me tilting my head, you know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I didn't
Mm.
want it to go. I was expecting something that it's not my dream. Hey, catch me now. I kept saying I want to what's it what that psychic way, you know. I
Mm.
kept saying it in my head, but there were so many thoughts coming into my head. I
Yeah.
was seeing my late father, you know, that kind of thing. And see that when the projection happens, so is it that like you're going to see yourself somewhere or you're going to be seeing things in your mind's eye or something?
Yeah. These are all part of it.
Okay.
Um.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but
But
so yeah, Itakasa.
you talk. I'm coming.
Okay. Yeah, so like Ita said, when
Okay.
these are all part of the projections, you understand. And I
Okay.
think say you are definitely here for all these things to happen. So
Yes.
when it happens, you don't have to doubt, you don't have to say so I don't know whether I was this or I was that.
Okay.
They are all part of the projections because you are here for that. And
Okay.
it's normal because like you said, you have been setting intentions, nothing happens, but this time the
Yes.
BB happen here. You understand? So it's
Okay.
definitely it's not going to be clear for you to understand what was actually happening because your first time. So what I say, as time goes on, no, it will come clear for you to
Okay.
understand. But also what I say. So
Okay.
next time, don't really don't like men for what drink kosu bebre and I say don't make men your say, oh, I'm expecting more because the moment I watch drink be kosu no, like you will come back to yourself, experience and never stop it.
Okay.
So allow it to
Okay.
happen. what I say. Just go with the flow. Just sit there, just be still, and let the whatever is going on, no, just leave it to happen.
Okay.
So what I say, and you make sure say we better get something else from it. I'll be kai experience, but don't put your attention too much on it. So you are expecting something particularly to happen. That one, no, you come back to yourself and you won't understand anything anymore.
Okay, please.
So just allow it to happen. Let go with the flow. So is it clear?
Hello?
Yeah,
Grimo.
yeah,
Hello.
Pacho.
Me pacho me waha.
Pacho, the kind what say?
Me pacho me see.
Ah, okay, me that's
Me see me das.
okay. Thank you. Okay, then Pacho, why be Pacho, why be a movie for
Okay.
I think say time as soon if you want to take over.
Yeah. Says you cannot Omadinka Obiadinka Kazakaza. Yeah.
Be the kasa kasa.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're not here. So anyway. I think the other time we were talking about the astro states a little bit. So I want us to refresh on whatever we've learned from the physical astro. I think you got a little bit of causal, maybe, yeah. So about what we call state consciousness, right? We want to just refresh our minds on that. So as we were saying about of consciousness, okay.
Yeah.
So as we were saying about state of consciousness, I mean, when we are learning this sort of stuff, right? We are attaining consciousness, or we are attaining knowledge and awareness and understanding. And in that knowledge and awareness and in understanding, it is in different level of the game, as we always say. And we have the physical state. And when you say the physical state, what is the physical state of consciousness? It's basically when people talk about, Egyptians, black, we are the original people of this planet, pyramids, the Illuminati, the government, the shadow government, religion conspiracies, a little bit of conspiracy theories, and Bible, no, yeah, Africa for natural, yeah, and there are people too who are very adept in history. They talk about many history about us, right? About how the physical state, that how the Romans, and these are all physical state of consciousness, and it's all good because when we are starting our waking journeys, some of us go through some of these histories and these ideas from, as I was saying, religion, the Bible, no church, Bible name, a little bit of debate here and there, and about Bible with different version, or in different whatever, and all this sort of stuff. These are all physical states, and people like it very much. It's very nice, and sometimes I think most of us are really also in that physical state. We like to, wander around there, making us feel we know something. And here comes the astral state. And the astral state comes, hey, wait, my brothers. No, whatever you are saying you know, or whatever you are doing, there's so much ahead of it. You need to relax. And that state of consciousness, which is the astral, came where we have the angels, the guardian angels idea, the alien stuff, the Anunnaki, and all this sort of stuff. The palmistry, the numerology. What else? Angels, demons, gods, and and all this sort of stuff, right? And that is quite interesting because when the person evolved or step out of that physical state about the religion. Okay, who said Bible is not this yes you cry no black. It was no tuntum. It was quite of Ghana ha. It was a Bible near Hebrew for Hebrew ya account for it before a Ghana. I don't know why in Nigeria and I say Cote d'Ivoire. It seems Africa is revolved around Ghana. You know, we are in Ghana and I'm here for okay, way. Okay, Zimbabwe for us right? Also can't their story almost side almost around their own ethnicities and their own countries, you know. So the astral state, comes in, as I was saying, the person step a little bit up to the level of the game, start to see what are dimensions, get to know frequency and vibrations. Okay. Angels, demons, okay. That is quite interesting. The person step a little bit up into that level of the game to get understanding or the embodiment of that knowledge. Okay. And people start to operate on that level. Okay. So that is how the state of consciousness works. That's why you say state or levels of consciousness. Okay. In dynamically, you have the physical, as we all have learned. You step up to the cause, what do you step up to the astral? Okay. And the astral, basically, they talk about astral projections. They are embodied with the knowledge they embodied with astral, the angels, the gods, and the ancestries and all this sort of stuff is within the astral state. Okay, and that one too is a state of consciousness. The pakrono will free the physical anymore. That person is embodied with that ideas or with that knowledge. Okay, of that state of consciousness. You see that tricks. So that is how it works. And the person who bones will be ordination who obey ye obey to my friend and obey to my summon demons. Obey to me demons and not in common or make my powers. Into I think some of us in India we have that idea. Oh mama, I'm from home bonko for we and Niger. Mom to me kakra to make money to live better. So Moko GBB now more Juma Samakoso. And all this kind of stuff, right? And it's all fine. It's a state of consciousness. There's nothing bad about it, though. It's a state of consciousness. Okay? And then we move out to the causal state. And the person step up a little bit higher to the levels of the game. Now the person is getting in touch with timelines, with the multiverse, the parallel universes, and get to the question, what is time? Okay. And how does it affect our life? What is space, or what is the space-time continuum? I think I know the Africa have a kind of boss with time, multiverse. I heard boy as we no per se. A home near you be the ashen one more when you have to me the Caribbean concern and that because of timeline here. So that in itself teaches you the level, basically Ghana, the level or state of consciousness is, right? We are just embodied with that idea. Into the pack on our so man be questioning them, or man who be even the person who has the person, the idea of power, the person who want the power, want to even some people are here to learn this sort of stuff so that they can be powerful over others, learn how to control people, or learn how to, basically to make their life fulfill, right, for them. And that is fine. Okay. So in the course on it, I don't think that we teach those sort of stuff mostly. We don't teach multiverse and the megaverse, other universes, parallel universes. The more we don't do it, and it's all fine. Okay, and that state of consciousness is there, and in that state of consciousness, nipa kono what is the knowledge the person is embodied. So that is where the person will learn to live in the here and now. The person is not bound by certain ideologies and sort of stuff because the perception, okay, or what he's perceiving the universe from is from a wider perspective, not a smaller perspective. And that is why we always say we should learn how to place our awareness on that highest point of view. Okay, but sometimes we're all humans, we forget. And then we step down to the lower state and we try to use the lower state to control the upper state. And that is always going to bring chaos. So we also learn how to always be embodied in the higher state. Okay. And that higher state is in the Yekeka Kono, right? So you have the causal, as I explained it. On top of the causal, we have the mental. And I think the mental plane, when you go to the Buddhist stuff, they are really, really there with the mental plane stuff. And where we get into the mental plane, we talk about, the mind, subconscious, the we with super conscious and all this sort of labels and all this sort of stuff, and it's all fine. Okay, so that is another level, but I don't want to go to that level because I think Ghana had your level not came a little bit in the astral, and then more my good kakran to step up above the astral, but basically most we are just within the astral. And then from the astral we got to the etheric plane. That is another level. I think you didn't catch it, but that state, the embodiment of that state of consciousness. We get to that level, and that level, no, I think so. Although more beginners, but we are trying to place yourself in that level. In that level, your intuition is what is working. Okay, you don't actually question. You just know. It is a state of knowingness. Okay, but when you're but I think that the practice in here, the Mamunian is building you up to that level. And then those who take it seriously, they are going to be on the top of the game. Okay, surrender is the key. And yes, sir, you are going to do the practices till. You are still going to remain the same because the simplest basic understanding of the concept, you are not able to grasp it. Okay, yeah. So when you get to the your most, I think we are gonna use this the etheric plane, and from the etheric plane we step out into the soul plane, and from that we step into different levels of reality. Okay, so adeɛ na yɛfrɛ no state of consciousness mabobɔ so no, and on at the matrix, it's functioning within. Okay, or what we say the matrix now, it is happening within all this state of consciousness. Okay, because all this state of consciousness, there's a limitation. Although it's a state of consciousness that when you reach the mental plane or the causal plane, the multiverse, the universes, the power universes. You can go back in time, forward in time, and all this sort of stuff. But still, you are still stuck in the matrix, though. You're not free. You are still under a control system. Okay, but the more you move up to the game, you move up. Okay, the more things become more easier for you. Okay. So that is why we always want everybody to place his or attention on the higher perspective. And always, it is not you do it and sometimes you forget it. When you forget it, then the physical or the lower state is Ghana for your fancy. You understand? So we always learn how to place our attention. And in placing that attention in there, that is where we can start to live in our true potential. And the true potential, everyone is different level. Someone, they'll start experiencing straight up. There's gonna be psychological healing in the mental space about also on the physical environment and what is going on around the person. And the person start to liberate or live above all this lower state are there exceptional time to be here. So we have to understand that since we are in the matrix and since we are not free out of the matrix, everything within the matrix is actually trying to limit us down. It's trying to not make us shine, or it's trying to put us in the box. Every little thing you can see, because the matrix is all around you. I think in the movie Matrix, it is all around. You can smell it, you can see it. Also the matrix even existing in this very room. When you step out, you can see it. People you live with, when they start to talk, you can hear it. You can feel the attachment. You've attached yourself in this physical. You're not completely free. You cannot do whatever you want to do because you need to go here, you need to attend here, you need to do this. So these are all part of the game, which is a bombardeo together. Okay. So, but when you liberate yourself and place on the higher awareness, okay, it's more like as a why it's so it doesn't really affect you very much. You see? And here is the case. I think that you're talking about conscious and subconscious mind. I think the other time you can say a better one there, but I think maybe next time. Okay, the conscious and the subconscious mind. What is the mind? That is also a problem because the matrix is running off the code. We would say the code the matrix is using to run is a computer more code in a be a C++ and as a Python and all this sort of stuff. In this case, you can say the mind. The programming language is the mind. It is what is used to reprogram the matrix. So that is why we say all is the mind. It doesn't mean the universe is the mind. The mind is still in the matrix. The mind is still part of the matrix. The mind is actually the matrix. It is the fundamental source code where the matrix is running off from, right? Without the mind, the person is free. That is why we tell everybody to silence it. What is you silent is? When you are silencing it, you are actually trying to shut it down so that your true embodiment can come out. So that is why I can't say be still. Place your attention, your awareness on something you want to achieve. And I think that they'll be able to crash the course. When you are still, then daddy. Why do we say daddy? Because the soul is trapped within that source code, or the programming language, it's more like the soul is running through, or the soul is being wrapped in that mind matrix. Okay, so the easiest way the soul can experience it through potentiality is to learn how to control, not even control, but learn how to, for in this case, shut it down a little bit. Let it be blank. And when it is blank, then the real soul will start to emerge. The real consciousness can have upper hand or write or rewrite the code of the matrix, or reprogram the matrix to its liking. Okay. Tina cancer the whole bestow. Try and say with the blue circle. What is the blue circle? To remove all, because the mind on it is a computer, it doesn't sleep. And it collects data from your outside input to now airbanner. And it collects data from in there, and then it start to process it. It start to giving different ideas. And to get na a bombardeo, not talk neighbor, not program way run it, neighbor. Okay. So when you learn how to shut it down, or you learn how to make it still, then your real essence can birth out, can come out, can experience the divine, cosmic, true, what do you call it? Divine now, you can actually experience it. Now, here in this case, the mind is a problem because people have so much in the mind. People have so much thinking about. The matrix has written certain codes within some of us that we cannot actually come of it. We are so stuck in it. And so that program is overriding the program now, the one program the consciousness have, which is the one, what do you call it? Let me say privilege the consciousness have, which is attention, and where the soul will wish to place its attention of. And in this case, if the soul want to silence it, okay, if the soul want to silence it, all it needs is just an attention. All it needs is to be focused. All it needs to learn how to focus on one thing. And in that process, the mind can shut down. Okay? because where we place the attention, energy flows. So when we can still it, when we can have an indefinite, okay, or we can just focus on something indefinitely, put all our consciousness, put all our attention in it, then the mind can rest a little bit and the soul can emerge. But that one is a problem for some people. They're like, Ita, how can you do this? How can we do that? That is also a problem. And we were just talking about people been doing a whole lot of stuff in their environment and in their day-to-day life. They've been thinking, they're so soaked in the matrix. And it's quite interesting that some of us will be like, oh, we are working, we know this, we know that. But the programming, the matrix has attached us to it to a level that, although we think we are weak, but we are still in it. We are still, a little bit there. We are still, not really up there. Okay. So I think when we are talking about consciousness, we are going back in time. The consciousness is the source. It expresses itself, through awareness and attention, where it places it, I think your chairman that way. So in attention and sensory perception, and we are saying consciousness also is just I think it's an about information and also what do you call it? It expresses itself through the sensory perception. So it's the sensory perception that make consciousness be conscious of itself. Okay. Yeah, the more correct recap. I think it's in case you first. Okay, it's the sensory perception. So sensory perception, I think we are gonna bring a little bit of tree. So yeah, because of sensory perception, I said idea what tasty, oshe, the amount to me tasty idea, the amount to me the TSM, the amount to me who idea, the amount to me a feeling idea. And I could see Bruni can say the sensory perception, the 5 sensory perception. Idea the sensor idea, the sensory idea, atinka, idea atinka, right? And the soul expresses itself in that way. So in that sensory perceptions, and the soul will become conscious of itself. Because how can you be conscious of yourself if there's no external stimuli? So even though when you move up to higher state of consciousness, some of our senses tends to shut down, but there are those dominants, because then consciousness will just be an energy waving without being conscious. Before it to be conscious, it has to have a processes of some sort of external stimuli for it to be conscious, like, okay, I'm conscious. Okay, because now we are all conscious because we can see something and we are processing it. We can feel something, we can touch something, and we are processing all this sort of stuff, right? So the sensory perception is what consciousness becomes conscious of self. And attention is what, we can use to derive these sensory perceptions. That if 2 radios, 1 radio is here and 1 radio is here, and a bar, you can choose to hear this more than this one. You can use the attention and focus. Okay, and your awareness. These are all kind of synonyms. It's the same thing, but have different variation to it. Okay, so focus attention is what we can use to break out one code of the matrix, right? I use to override it. So when you learn to shut down the body, or in another word, we call it stillness. And again, we move on to the mind. We still the mind, okay? And then not just stilling the mind, but having, because you're gonna use even the mind to still the mind, though. So because the consciousness, since it is in this physical or in this matrix, it cannot work whilst in this body without the mind. So the mind itself has a program for the soul to liberate itself, and also have a program for the soul to lock itself inside the matrix. So we use the we use concentration, and we use focus, okay, and we use attention. And these are the fundamentals of the whole game. And here, the first exercise, your mom, the breathing. What is the breathing? The breathing will help you relax. And relaxation leads to, what do you call it? The stillness, right? I think stillness leads to relaxation, or relaxation leads to stillness. Because the more you are relaxed, the more you become still. The more you actually become, you are relaxed. It works both ways, right? So that's why we teach you the blue circle. That's why we taught you the blue circles, so that you can learn how to focus, learn how to, and you can't focus. There are levels of focusing, right? You could be hearing the call, and you can be talking to somebody. Yeah, you're a little bit focused. Okay. You can be talking to somebody or having a conversation. Yeah, you're a little focused there. But in this case, the focus we are saying is the focus where your whole being is part of the focus. It as if you are focused on something, as if that thing is the only thing that exists in this world. And it is external stuff, so we cannot express it in words. But I'm trying to use different analogy for some of us to understand. Okay, you need to be able to focus your whole being on something, because the mind can split in many forms. So although the person is sleeping, he's focused on what he's doing, but he's still, the attention is split. So he's focusing here. What that was stillness, more focuses on him to project. But now the another level of the split in that now of the attention at a war. A dem was a be better will be an initial will be and be rather one whom will be rather horror. And only a fantasy percentage, and only a bear 70. And I don't know the year projection a bear 30. So, boss, how can you even do this? Right? Another way is the mind. The person is lying down, he wants to know the exact process of how the thing is working. So, what are you doing? And you also have the attention to project. So, in this case, attention has split, but the mind can trick you, making you think you are actually concentrating. Oh, I want to do this, but so it takes a little bit of awareness to be aware of what is happening within the mind. You need to be an observer of it, right? And that observer, no American is if you don't understand it, question. I don't know how much people ask the questions and how much things are becoming more difficult for them. Okay. But the instructions are very clear. If you understand it, it is very easy and quicker. You lie down, you still the body, and then you focus your whole being onto something. You focus on your whole being onto a visualization of a sort, and that will hold your consciousness. The body fall asleep, because attention is what we use to break concentration. Okay, focus, the same words. You used to break through the matrix. One source code you can use to bend reality to your own will. Okay, and to all do all your visuals, okay, he can see the inner screen, or the person can lie down and let me say, I think some of them because you have done the repetition of the words. So repeating instead of walking, okay, I'm going out of my body. I'm going out of, but I find a born who a friend is saying about 10 or 10 to say there, and those who are now pepe. They cause for bonte or 10 pepe, a sensation of course one, but it's the same level of attention at the same. So when you are doing that, you realize your attention are just split all over. And again, time too is also a problem. And because I think I put the most customer time on social. And that is why time is an illusion and you can trap in it. Okay. Into Boa, for example, so 30 minutes. Okay. And he's trying to do the practices. Okay. So no 20 no or your practices or in 15 minutes. So 20 or no. The attention is split between making sure he's not late to whatever he's doing, and then doing whatever the practice he's doing. Another example about maybe being comfortable, or I want to use a perfect example to this one. Okay. Anyway, so for example, being sitting down on a chair, trying to find a comfortable position for him or herself. So what I'm trying to say is that in all of this one, the attention can be will be splitting without you even noticing it. But you may be thinking you are literally really focusing on whatever you are doing, but actually you are not. And if we can actually learn how to focus all our being onto something, onto the projection, even because, for example, when you look at hypnotists, those who hypnotize people, hypnotherapists, and all this sort of stuff, and they will say to you, it is easy for people to get into the trance state, or to get into a deep trance, or deep, what in this case we call the theta state. And how does they do it? There's no magic in it. It is a science that when we can focus on one thing, the brain starts to drop. So, look at my hand, or the pendulum, or suggest for when with the pendulum, they say now air corner sign of when a track and within a second you see the person drop, because in that very moment and in that very settings, it seems like the person is only focused on whatever he was doing. Okay, in that very moment, into that very moment, and then also I'm gonna learn him. We are gonna do hypnosis and all this sort of stuff. So just pay attention to this pendulum. And so in that very moment, there's no time to think about the body, to think about your physical, your wife, your whatever, family stuff or issues going on out there. In that very moment, the stage, almost stage it identity to the extent that you fully so focus on something. Okay, you're focusing on, or your whole being on a certain thing. And that is what mommy have noticed. It's easy for them to hypnotize somebody. And it is just a way, look at your hand. And then your hand is getting closer. Just pick one spot, and then Omeka sleep, and sleep. You go all the way down, and the person will just maybe that time you're gonna learn how to do that hypnosis stuff. And then go down, and they can make the person speak Chinese, even do a whole lot of stuff, make the person heal. Most important thing, along there, to just at least you cannot go and search how quick it is. You can't even look at how they sleep, and they sleep. It is not a magic; they don't have superpowers, but that is how the mind works. But that in a very moment, it can focus on something solely. When the whole being can focus on something, then the actual soul, or the subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, will bev out, and the person can have experience, or beyond the physical, or the person can tap into something deeper. But in you, the other, breathing, are you breathing? Oh, I'm going out. But you're still focusing on the body sensations. You are still focusing on how the beating or whatever is going on. So everybody is now everybody should just reflect back to when he was here doing the practices. What is the processes going on within the mind? Are you solely focused on what you're doing, or what are you doing? Is there any and the little chance your conscious, and because I think the consciousness want to always get out from this prison body, most importantly, but they don't. So sometimes the little opportunity so more practice and more good in the projection. Fast to your consciousness does not have time to wait. It works, and then it's gone, and then so that narrow space who said that mind is blank, and then you are solely focused on it, it works. Okay, but some people will be doing the whole thing over and over and over again without even studying the basic concepts or the basic knowledge now also to understand what he or she is doing. Into about around. Yes, I know about it. Oh, me, I eat and so me, and so me. And so when you try to, what do you call it? Or try so many didn't come out, you could see there's something wrong. The person doing something wrong. But because me them come up, they still can't run. I mean, you won't come and work it. Me come them, right? And that what kind of sounds for me too. I cannot do anything because we hear everything correctly. But if you can do it, and sometimes do as you have been taught, and then we try to explain. And I don't know how much some of us we did the concentration exercises. Okay, it is when you can focus something, your whole being into it. And when focus speaks, okay, energy flows. When attention, where it plays, energy, and because when where attention goes, energy flows. And that's all Tiana can say. I want to manifest something, and my music is different. Okay, let me show this example. I want to go out of my body, and now that is not how you say where attention goes, energy flows. Okay, what we means is that the process in America, it is we learn how to solely place the attention on something you want to manifest, either the projection or whatever, but you need a focus. You need to use all your whole being to focus on that thing you are doing. And so, okay, I want to project now the how. And so, what can I say? Your mind in that is split, but the split, the reason why I'm going to say a split because of say there's no thought coming in the head, so you think the mind is still. Because when you place your attention in your room, the room is silence. So your attention is still in the room, and you are repeating the words in your head. So in here, the attention is split. In here, the mind is wandering. The mind is still wandering around. Into only pana oya there no. Onimso media me yen papa ba attention what because of say placing attention in the room no doesn't there's no one who places attention in the room. It is not the case of say thoughts about him to who say you are not focusing on what you are doing. So it is the same thing you are doing because the attention is somewhere. The same way thoughts start to come into your head, you start to give attention to those thoughts. In here, you're giving attention to your physical environment. And whilst you are trying to do whatever you are doing, so the attention is split. So when our attention is split, you are still going to be in because you've not surrendered to the process. And okay, let's talk about the word surrender. What is surrendering? Okay. Surrendering is giving your all in to the process. Giving your all in to the process. Submitting to the process. Because when the mind is, okay, you are doing it. We are still aware of the body. The body is still in there. So you are not surrendering to whatever you are doing. Because you want to make sure the body is not getting hurt. You need to make sure, say, the breathing. Maybe of course, come. You want to be sure of I don't know whatever it is in your physical environment you want to focus on, right? In that environment, you have not submit. Submission is giving your all into whatever you are doing, submitting to it. Or maybe say submitting your all into whatever you are doing. So you try to focus on it. And how do we do it? Okay, I want to go out of my body. And you repeat in the head, I want to go out of my body. I want to go out of my body. I want to go out of my body. And you just focus on that thought. You focus your whole being on that thought. That is what it is. Right? When you can do it, you can break through the walls. And the moment you are and it takes a seconds. If your whole being is able to center on that thought, I bet you, severe consciousness in everybody, you are not gonna see it because time is gonna be just you're just gonna be it works. You see, or if it doesn't work in that going out. In that verb, you're gonna lose consciousness and you come back. I'm like, hey, right? Or sometimes you are a copper now, babos, you know, you must show. Because it's more like you did lose consciousness too, and then you show, and then you came back. Okay, and anytime you have a back again, you know you were completely out of this physical. You're completely tuned now of this, the whole stuff which is going on outside of yourself. Okay, so I think so. My chair went based on what I was talking about, the consciousness and placing attention in there, and how it works, and how we attention. Okay, we used to break through the matrix and silence the mind and the ego stuff. Okay, when you can do it, you can do it. Even the psychic reading. Focus. Do you want to read the person? And I'm gonna explain it last and for all for everybody to understand. It is when you can solely have an intention to know something without actually judging. You can't say judging. Okay, what is it? Or how do we do the reading? How do you place your attention on it? Because you now, okay, I want to read about. Let me use somebody. I want to read about Akomia Equia Dia, right? And I'm reading, but still the attention is split. So there's one reading and there's one trying to look at the process of how the reading is going to come. Right? So in this case, the attention is split into two. And the one having the highest of the whole level, no, is the one watching the process of how the reading is going to come. So the person want to read it. Equia Dua, yeah, that is the name. You want to read it. But still, there is another, because the mind can split. The level of awareness or the level of observation can be I'm sorry. There can be levels of it. So there can be one watching at one at the top, and one watching at one at the top, one watching the one at the top. But in this case, I think that sometimes humans, most of us, we can just go three, which is the highest most of the time, or more beginners. But for the others, you use two pair. So he wants to read, but the analytical mind is at the background watching how it is going to come. So he's just waiting. Hey, how is it going to come? Hey, I want to read. Okay. So that is how the conscious mind, the observer, observing, the conscious mind, I don't know how to say it. The second observer, that is what it is at the background doing. Okay. Into the conscious mind will be like, the first one will be like, I want to read about a Kedia. And that one is hold. Okay. And the second one is beneath it. Okay. How this is going to come. And the person is searching. The person is consciously analyzing. Okay. Okay. But the voice of it is so low. The voice of it is so subtle to the point that you're not going to even notice it. Okay. So the voice is very low, or the awareness of it, very subtle, but it is still working. It's more like a sub-program, still working behind the scenes. Okay, how is it gonna come? Okay, metia samana mente. Hey, and menya image be okay. So that the second observer, is so attention is so there to the standard. The first observer is not able to catch up. The information coming, because what we are saying is the information which is coming is very subtle. You see the tricks. But if the person can solely, the whole being, focus on what he wants to read, and just wait, and everybody attention and the mind and a conscious mind and obiane the programming. So obu have faster, obu have shorter, depend on the person. Obu are fast, obu are short. And I bet you that if you can even hold so by your projection now me see it can solely hold on to what you want to do. You solely, and it is an internal process. It is something you do internally. So I don't know how I'm gonna explain it in words, how you're gonna solely do it. But I think that I'll try my best to see how I'm gonna explain it. Okay. So if you can do it, something will happen, definitely. When you actually cry, there will be a flashlight. Who wants a flashlight? Now, as all of a sudden, there was a light. You're gonna experience something of a sort. Right? So that's how the psychic reading works. You're not reading it because you don't have the ability for you to solely look at or solely wait for the information or focus on getting the information. You don't have it. So all of a sudden, every day, there's always subtle. So the same way the projection, the same thing we used to do all the readings, the same way we used to do everything we want to do, the same way we used to even do remote viewing. If you want to see Mars, if you want to see the moon, where attention goes, energy flows. This is not a fake statement. Unless you don't know how to place attention, or you don't know the process of placing the attention of whatever you want to manifest. Right? So if it's on the moon, you learn how to place it. How do we place it? And that's why because I want to go on the moon. Na it will trim out to one homena change say magic giving. You know, when you are doing it, it's an active practice. It is not the thing is not gonna come to you. They said that universe in a command. Okay, I want to know how to I want to see the moon. Now to hope. Now you will not even focusing. The attention span you are still in the body. You're still feeling the sensation of the body. And I think that what is actually the moment the focus in the pattern, you lose focus or you lose sensation of this physical automatically. You lose sensation of the physical. I had to say there, I have first discuss will be at whole year or during because I didn't know he's so much focus on the thing that the physical is tuned out. You see, and that is the problem. And then another one is what's going on in the mind, which is beneath the whole game. And I want exact, for example, and this attention is very easy. We do it, and even when you can do it very much, time even collapses because it collapses everything. So, for example, I want concrete example, and we do it constantly. We do it always in our homes. We do it every day in whatever we do. When we are calculating, whatever we are doing, we do it. Even right now, we are doing it. Even right now, yes, because everyone is listening to me. Or if you kitchen, or if you are doing CCA, or if maybe anymore, it's not in your mind because your attention is focused in here. The time guys were doing me and they maybe Ufie or Ghana, the Ufie way. I don't know. Because maybe you can make us say, Bankubiam Kodin and Enimitre. If you are see Enimitre. Unless I place my attention there, then I become aware of it. Right? So we always do it like watching a movie. I think a Ghana for Moshe Kunkumbagi a lot. If you Kunkumbagi, is it between Zana? Or my year, are you crashing? I'm on your machine or something. Will be Yazibi, whatever. Obitimisha was an unrefin. That is a refrain or refrain. That is what we are talking about. That you are going to focus on whatever you want to achieve to the standard. That means you don't even aware of your body. Your physical environment is gone. But when we are coming to these practices now, we don't know how it works. Right? So when even we've not been able to become aware of our daily life situations. We've not been able to pinpoint some of this stuff so that we can we can replicate the same thing in whatever we do. That is not a magic. We all do it. It is the same thing. The same thing, right? So I hope that right now we'll be a little bit clearer about it. It's a question I want to predict now. Not as a would because when the focusing is coming, me point worker says, say something happened in the mind though. And yes, I want to project. I want to project. I want to get out of my body. But you could you could feel your mind is relaxed. You could see you are relaxed. You could see all the work and bad. There's no activity. There's no serious activity. I want this best worse for me to actually get this to people's head. But anyway, I think some more better and see another one understand it. So this is the metrics for you. This is the state of consciousness for you. I'm just recapping some of the stuff I used to know. Now Obiana wants us and we'll get to the understanding of it. I think I'm pursuing but the letter on my bubble has give some of us every day is where the source we need us for us to get to the understanding. And I don't know how much say na medin kaka the practice is beginners for no models of parents ye ba nipa kakra bi na raise you omunsa munya ye hwemo obi you do now you are not going to be getting to the intermediates for the fancy stuff because this is not a lesson or this is not an entertainment. I mean, you should have a reason of being in here. You also choose to achieve something. You are not just here to listen to words. You see? So ubahana wonya de no na ubetia minim emfaso a wonya free so tom. Why are you coming listening without doing the practice? I don't know what your world view is and how your mind, okay? So if this is what you want, you need to give time to it. You need to practice it. And I'm a kind of way magical. Send your school uko school near the omo party shana na be utom. We nye omo so beti na bekenti na do bia person so ama apobi bebem. It doesn't happen. Omo school musina de no. There are always some people they are always trying to get, persistency. And we can go through histories about more building and your papa you using like Elon Musk, money, Zuckerberg, come here a year procrastinations. How are you gonna do it? How are you gonna raise that up? At the top of the game, there are those are among task one is persistency. Anytime they are doing it. You see, I want to get to the level of the game. It is not just coming and listening. But you don't talk. You don't actually share. How is it going for you? Maybe I'm now right. Maybe I'm now wrong. There are people they can call. Okay, if that is all. Yes, someone show more experiences. How is it going? You don't do it. Better how we can now in your match. That is what I have a problem. Na me say, na my bread, na me say, na me yakwa, na me say. Not what they not time will call because it is an illusion. So it's gonna keep you stuck, repeat, and be in there. Okay, my bro, come here say. So that is one of my main kahokra, right? That attachment, that ideas, because the mind will always find something, an evidence to justify itself. I think, yeah, it will find, I want the best, it will find a way to justify itself. That is how it works. In because we are dear cry, Ubo said the mind will find something. Be a man justify, approve your mom who said, what because the mind always want the best for you. That is how it was being programmed. So it's always gonna find a way to justify. Oh, no, my bread. Oh, no, my koha. And I'm here say that is it. So it is always gonna find. And these are all life issues. And to me, catch me, mean to me, I said, maybe Jawo do matter on a bay. And I say, you see, I'm there. Although I will say something in supportive. Mekan haka karama kan haka. But I say, mean to me, I say, and your boss, you see, because one bread also do a home. So then, okay, Nazar na my bread. So me my home. Ona sabi na my say so. And yeah, me to be my bread. So when this is going on, universe and also consciousness, it doesn't give you a favor. So now we call argument and another, well, yeah, whatever you are doing, it. And the man favor is okay. Then, hallelujah. Now you're saying, what they are. That is also a program in the head. Some of us, I don't know, it is behind the head. Someone here to go school, oh, home, am I a homemaker? Was you're quite, you minimum, you quite fool me at the intimate, yeah, and that's in the child. Consciousness does not actually give a kind of a dime if I'll keep it that way. All right, you do it, you get it. No matter what your attachment, your ideas, it all up to you how to figure it out to get it done. It is not gonna give you a magical instrument. You understand? So that is how it works. So ideas and also be, and you, the person, to when you say we know these are all attachment. These are all part of the game, getting you stuck. So it's either you make time, it's either you construct, find a way to liberate, because no man can get away answer now. It makes you stuck. Needing a load is part of the game. These are all part of the control mechanism to give you. That is how, because the matrix, it is the matrix of the mind. So it will justify you in all this aspect of human life, so that you, I don't know why, but sometimes if we're being justified, the brain releases dopamine B, I don't know, to give us an assurance B, or some ahotosuo be like, oh, it was not your fault. Yeah, it was. Right? That is the mind playing games, right, on you. So that is why Senamekano, persistence, consistency, no one cares, but you are gonna try to find your own way to adjust. If you know what it means or what you are here, unless you don't know what you are doing, you don't know the importance of it, then it is fine. Maybe you don't really know. Maybe I will be okay. So okay, let's do it. Fine. So you are just doing it. What you have to say? A friend is saying, "I'm more baby or more canon, and I'm more baby or more shit." Right? You are just doing it for doing sake. All right? Okay. But when you understand it, the seriousness of it, the importance of it, then baby, wakuma one way Japadi. I think the seeker how we use quotation. I'm also making so they are baby wa a Japadi on honor seeker as a
ɛno ano no na baako no so ana wopɛ no wɔ so wobɛyɛ nwunu wobɛyɛ hye.
that is it.
Na botoro bojo deɛ mɛfe wɔ fam no woyɛ ne nwanwa ɛmma woanyɛ ne yia ɛmma ana yi there is no consciousness mede akyɛw ɛnora na wabrɛ ɛnora na wayɛ sɛ you don't care, it doesn't care, it doesn't give shit to what you are doing. No, obey ni ya struggle and do it once and for all. So it was with
I think we are past. You have more 30 minutes for questions and answers. And then your boy 8 are there. Another class. So Sika, will you do the moderation or should I do it?
Okay. Let's mind. Okay, Jebusia for said the ita no or say maybe or dear sino. By my kind of matting abam send a bay anti I say bit my year to my year. Nti and then or the afania be brave. Near my teacher for natural said was half to boy say I go over. Ama ebiaka obia me ameti ha ebiatwi mi pa ebiaka me pa. So le na 2 o'clock and ko adwuma nti ita won se nra mantim ita won se mabre ebi kini de ya na ita minya ho musimhunu saa na medete ho musimhunu saa ebi afa mo pa musimhunu saa na medete ho nti no se ne wo kan was ubeye nwuna enwunu ice block ice water chile ubeye shinso asu hie aponchinani bi atoma obeworo no nti choose yeni medal yeni nwanwa enema mienu odias nti no ye chire wo so ni abro so dia hide o projection niema bi a wonti ase fabra ne na yetimi maba wonti botima peja wonsa na mafa watin say Mary Jamfa, my own sister.
Ita me wa hanu na me twan mum se wo bewie.
Don't worry, bro.
Oh, Dream, sorry.
Oh no, enye bibia na me kwa na me twan say ube na nka me so me de kakra bi
Oh,
attach.
also.
Yeah, time and now when now kasa fa time ho no because maybe some of the and some no can but obey any day because of still now you still need to be conscious of whatever you are doing because they be out because say oh and they need time when I say for yeah because maybe I want yeah if we are dealing with time so what you say time is or it's not waiting for anyone whatever you want to do no be our person we be time you have to create time no you create you have to create time to do whatever you want to do so who who create time edia ko adwuma yes you create time be at one mama when I would you know you can choose to stay home you can choose to go anywhere you want it is I don't know we here wahanum see so one kasa one create time am fine am na de bia obey say oh ene de my brain ma ene de me need time ene de say so de ene de sa obi ho an say apaska so what you say ene na pese make account sika do bitima atwas
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
but
kasa.
Pastor, my question be like now person beside like 1 month ago, but me doing by then a person beside. That one I be a process na say me mo, but first na me no me da na jua me who say Diana best me so obi ya kasa wo masum ba me hu bia na eto so ba say major process ni de ekọ. The person and so me who say na me say ya kasa wo masum like or yama information wo masum. So I me like in the dream phone
Okay.
like be a me no me na yeah but me ja practice na echo.
Okay. Auntie Mary, maminya very quick. This a
Okay.
practice, is like so the practice no na sane to man. The more now we practice now sane to man. The sane to man so no ti asem. So no ti asem the man bro ni process. What you say? And the more now sane and to man so no is on one space nti no wɔte astra wɔte cause a wɔte nsɛm wɔ baabi a ana ne pika wo brain no nti wogya exercise no asan bɛyɛ density ntoma no asan bɛfira ne biem so now
Okay.
ɔnte hwee no wɔde ama brain no wote ase
Passion, that's
okay
it.
yo
Yes.
yɛda ase nipa no abobɔ apɛ so mehu deɛ ɔba ase mehu deɛ ɔba soro bo ma memfa no random abi sister yɛ a survivor ate ya
Yeah, me pocho. Yeah, I teach a itane kind of person bisa na some
okay
because I'm not joking my practice, I'm on it. So my person bisa say, oh, the hostness after breathing exercise, now you are able to quiet your mind. Also, me no like me focus on one thing. Me hold the first na me to me, but right now no day I'm able to do it. Sister no me just sound no almost left hand no. And I light me flash so many so bad. I want to ask so no ba not me who ba me so have I projected or there is I don't know because yes I know me who sa ba me so na article.
okay
So that
okay
one, is it that my attention is
okay
all over the place or I don't
Auntie,
understand?
I also did a very quick. When you say uhunya ma so no, you hear sound. They will light.
Yeah,
What you say?
yeah.
O kono no, o kon kakra. Nti nka obekọ animu kakra no nanka pa. Nti untimi nkọ animu no, uhu sa light no. Uhu sa drop.
Oh, okay.
What you say? O drop what say they wasa beto zero. Nti I just was pick another frequency. Now the contimra uhu se obehu light no. But modi ama o stillness no. Eho na mu nya dene. What you say?
Oh, okay.
Emra wote ene no bo modi ama o stillness and drop o drop awasa ba physical. Nti nka wote sa ne no ukọ astra. Uhu sa light no ukọ cause nti nka pa na nka ukọ. Nti sa ne ite ka no so no onche obi onhu mobo ono we internet. Wo search ya aba. Internet nya ukọ share kurase ya uni lie. Wo fulu de e ma. Sa na wote nti no onye saa nneɛma no na mebɔ mpa awurade hu mmɔbɔ nim sɛ mekɔ adwuma no mabrɛ wobɛtena hɔ no mama afia ba bibia nsi nti mmerɛ a wohu light no mmerɛ a wote voice no ndrɔpo ma wo stillness no mu nyɛ dene bihu an sɛ pa na wokɔ nti mmerɛ a wote wei na wohu wei no na wadrɔp wasan bɛtɔ zero mu wasan ba physical ɛba saa na wo vibration no bibiara na bɛtɔ zero nti bɔ mmɔden sɛ wobɛ maintain saa nneɛma mmienu na wohu no na kɔ w'anim why ɛbɛ happen why
Hello, Sika. Hello, Sika.
yes madam
Hello. Ade wa kwa mpesa me de ka na ho na say.
mm.
Ni nyina na bi won so na ye emotions na ka ho. Te say da wo ka na ohun light no we no mo say ni mu no na ni agye abro so ade a ye ka say ye behu bi na mahu. E ho na ni emotions no na ni agye abro so de wo beba. E wo say da bia wo ye stable. E wo so ye stable. Ade a e wo ye nyina ye mu dada ho. Enti no nya ade nwanwa bia wo na enam sese na afi na wo hu ba no e na ye wo sa ade bia nwanwa ade a psychic ability say nyina ye wo dada enti no wo hu ne sa na ni se ye wo so wani agye abro so e ba side do beba nti eno na mbesa me de ka
okay
Okay, Madam.
Mama, me fa mo mo nsa wo soro no.
I'll keep on doing it.
Okay, that's it, sister. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mo
and
pagya mo.
sister, keep on doing it, Make sure you are doing it as we are saying it, But focus your whole being on it. I do it. I don't know, but yeah. When I was starting, or even when I'm doing it, the moment if I'm repeating something, if I constantly focus, that very moment I lose conscious. I lose every year. Me hope I'm also have void, Once there's a geometric shape. See me say I was getting down. I was able to drop down to the theta state because theta state one easy. I say who do understand when geometric pattern say naturally and one can say but it wants to be very very vivid. It wants say I draw down bebrebe. So make sure as I me teach you breaking it down. Or let's say I say your whole lessons for because senipa take the role at the key no that is the key. Because about the idiot, we are reading back home, bones of bad nice still as a once and TB. But much Ninya is going on in the head. So ability, to place an attention on what you want to achieve. And that ability you able to solely put all your will on it or put all your being on that single thing. No? And it's faster. The moment about key a quite be about and then you see something or you hear something. So as in your case, you just keep on doing it.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, that's it. Satoshi.
Thank you.
Satoshi.
Yes, Wazu.
Yes, sir.
Bokodia.
Odom ETO.
Okay. But nam person bisa say sleeping position also affects our ability to project and bibisa because me usually no semida I am da face up. So as I say. So this time last week na me call visit Madam Fubi our tema. So me dano after the breathing exercise for some reason I don't know what happened. I slept sideways. So answer na my breathing exercise no so me dey my dream say I just want to try to project to the sitting room like maybe I TV
Okay.
Me dey share me said that is what I want to see. I want to see something on the TV. So after the breathing exercise for some reason me that sideways. So me ebo be anopa usually me pon we close 3 a.m. Into the me no sa anopa no to be 7 that 7 o'clock mo hono na me da. So me alarm about 8:30 something because I was like now me after breathing exercise now I said they made that be into alarm ne boy na me sorry I made them inside my phone simple like me phone na me them inside ball stop and so alarm ne jai into I quite say me start going back to sleep no a man all of a sudden I felt some jina a whole honomo now me I was trying to look at something on the TV but obi according to some face came on. And our face, no, na nipa nini a 3, like neninko siano, a 3. So na me try some person me share. Me na me focus in our TV ne some person me share idea war TV ne so. Until me catch any panel say from me na person me share. So me can is it was like the voice was like authoritative. Because I said will command you be a man I be. That was how I said the thing to the person. It's me catch and all of a sudden and a free. Meaning the TV no, but on the TV no, the thing was not that clear. Me who are there and because by I realized na TV like there was picture on the TV at a show. Into a show, it do some type in there was some flashlights like lights. No, was really it was really harsh. Into a drop you woman is one I mean then I mean. So I want to know if sleeping position also counts, and I say, you know, it's all about our mind.
Peter, you say now ba. Okay, we are in line no M1. Nti no time on us I didn't happy and now that left and us that right and now straight.
It was on my left. Me na me that my left side.
Now that left side.
Yes.
Okay, this is what it goes. And we have 2 types of projection. We have aware, unai, and unai na ye no mamo hwesoro. What you say?
Okay.
Other street now hwesoro no your stillness. Unse no unai. That is the reprojection we are introducing to you guys. Because se BBSC now per se who want the cry. Nyafi now bakwa da. Se me koda and sana makwaku who want the crop. Wote uka mumpa, wote kitchen pa, wo toilet sumpa, ubetima yes idea. Then no akwa anything I introduce, we are forced to introduce this. And you was sleeping one. Sleeping one is a one to me and hold on to the stillness, no. Not stillness, then you fall into sleep. If you fall into sleep, the soul will be going out. But now all the information in so brain and my brain let me process it. It is all projection.
Yes, Satoshi. Yeah, what it works is that thoughts, okay, when it is being held for a certain period of time, it starts to have manifestation. So depending on your level of focus and attention you gave to whatever you want to do, maybe you wanted to get out of the body. Depending on the level and the energy you're investing in it, you know. Right. So even so Odakrana, Adam said that energy was so poured into that, no. Your conscious will be able to go in that way. Okay. And make that in the manifest. Unlike energy beyond putting into the American. We couldn't even focus. You didn't even hold the intention, put much energy on it. How is we putting much energy on it? How do we do it? It's willingly, solely, you just actually want it. So you put all your focus on it. And in that case, Oda Krana, and I'm saying that thought has been manifest already in Intino. It will be a kind of an energy entanglement. So it will project your consciousness to that place. And you're able to do it because you're able to produce that energy. Bible how because no attention was not in there. What the body didn't say that me earlier. You are dying on produce or I sent to what you see the trick. Yeah, and another game, San American again, everyone is different. And sleeping position much time ubetima atana higher, ubetima da higher. If you are hospital, to me hold the amount for cry and I will be able so to me lifestyle. They can be still on their best. So I think there's a walk left or right, you could still be still. It can still work the same, yeah. But it is much easier when say they can order ayayana, but everyone is different. So you can just explore that alternatives also to see how it's gonna work for you. Why?
Okay, but those faces now me who is there anything?
Don't worry. Now
it got to a point now. He said me but I had the confidence that because it was kind of weird. Say
Yeah, just some of the astral entities. Don't mind them. They just come around. Some of them are hovering around. So moves are out of the body. They will try to scale you or do it's just a game some of the beings played. So it's not anything scary, okay? Just try and do it again. Or call out now, direct it to. So in this case, why are there something here in the living room? So now extend it a little bit. Maybe the moon, maybe another planet, the same way. And let's see if so what am I? So extend it to that.
To somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Itamedasi. And to everybody, those entities they are around or da omujina bonkuma ujani form of hell. Nti ano mahu the knowledge where they receive. So the nipa ye nyina omani da homo tete omo mpese we get this knowledge Nti waye no shatu wana say usuru ya you come back. Don't afraid anything knowing that you are a soul, you are like them. Only they have a certain of consciousness and now you are being taught of the same, so you are the same like them, the same energy, the same consciousness. Nti mensuro bia Satan koraba wura ne yam ne pie ontimi nya ohwe insuro bia you are a soul, you are a consciousness, the source is you. Nothing can kill you, nothing, they can do nothing financial utrim to also. Okay, can you blare at things once I was ratchet? Can you blare?
My question about only baby of free basis here no entities me pese me hu se no are they also going back to the source because me name the idea of money and so they want to just keep us down and the other ones we ita or kasano na oka some about geometric figures because now me baby question about I've been seeing this kind of sketches and as a nipa kura na who is in the form of a drawing shape. I'll be seeing those things. I can be baby son who say or can something about figures and those things. My name say and also effective
Yeah.
any level.
Your friend Hypnagogic. Okay. So you're not actually just seeing it. Cartoon, their universes, they exist in a cartoonish form. Okay. I think they're moving on, friend of Dr. Strange, the multiverse of madness. And so, moment of time, he was traveling through the multiverse.
Yeah.
He went into some place where there was only cartoon. Okay. It is there. It is actually there. The multiverse, is not even when you can think of it, all the possibilities in human head, okay, this already exists. So when I say what the possibilities are, if you can think of it, even you being able to think of it, say there might be a universe where cartoon only exists, has make it exist already. So yeah, this is a true causal way now. You better about some of the multiverses and how the mind, power universes, and you better know. But these are all other universes you are perceiving. Okay, so your friend, I think that my friend hypnagogic imagery, so it's all fine. Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Na back no so hear me entities
Uh-huh.
meaning the entity down.
Some of them are thought forms, keke. Different thought forms, and some of them are entities created by other what do you call it? Other beings in the astral. They don't have really purpose. They just have to roam about and do what their master is saying. It's who saying you can also create your own being, your own being on the astral. Into some of them are to thought if amount for 3 months are personified evil stuff. So they are just roaming about. They don't really have anything to do. So yeah, some of them are now more in the low are not mere attached to us now or all this sort of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so you're okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Jessica.
Mama free ya na say fine. Me patcho kasa ama.
Yeah, and I'm person me do way quick come as a little for your brother no about entities no. So game na yebo. Internet obi anya one for one yen your person or the no winning. Say the same thing. Into no zen say ultimi ku akokore no. Ono so person ono so de oye ne nkwan. Nti ne it's a game. You just have to know how to play the game with the
Okay.
entities. All right. Thank you.
That's it. E maame free ya na afrakoma. Fine. Maame kasa. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, madam. It's you.
Yeah, Pastor, question facing visa and yeah, next Tuesday.
But your friend is
Hey,
Gerald.
boy.
Pacho,
Na
fine.
me from my phone balance.
Nipa mienu na kasa mo ye de na mutimi nya access no.
I think I saw.
Aha. Fine na me omutu no na hwan no na mutu no ho.
Me Pacho,
I think it's a small boy big, so I see a friend of Jared.
your
Jared, Jina
friend
baby,
is
ye
Gerald.
nakasa, yantonka,
Me
ola ne
hello.
munyako.
Yeah, it's you.
Pacho me. Na Pacho me from my phone.
Aha.
Me Pacho me from my phone.
Aha, it's you.
Ana me na ka me the person me bisa say let me look through me and my future.
Yeah. Ubetima look future. Why not? Since you are so no. Ubetima hu future, but your future is not exact. Nneɛma na wobɛhu no nyɛ ne nyinaa na wobɛhu ne sɛ ɛbɛsisi agye sɛ wobɔ ho mmɔdene nti
Sika.
wobɛtumi ahu sɛ woyɛ biloni a woampa adwuma bi a ɛnyɛ a daa biloni a no ɛmfiri soro mma wote aseɛ
Sika.
yes sir
Right. Ebi mu ye new members a mobem tino. Lessons ni they don't really know what is going on.
okay
So what you're saying tino Mr. Yeah. Because omu busa question now you can definitely know say a mobile engine. Yeah, na mo
okay
munye sure so mun konkohwe videos no mun tini amasi ayeye wa no man sana maybe mohi omati the how to ask questions and all that. That's
okay 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 nti wodi ne koraa yɛ sɛ biom
Gerald.
Jared.
yeah wobɛtumi ahu biribia wobɛtumi ahu past wobɛtumi ahu future wobɛtumi ahu present wobɛtumi ahu biribia because you are a soul you are not the body nti I think sɛ woyɛ a new person nti bɔ mmɔden sɛ wobɛhwɛ videos no for new beginners no ho no more let me catch it up to the standard why
Yeah.
Now
that is
Jared,
why we are here
Jared, what are you?
12 years.
All right. Thank you. Welcome. Okay.
okay now when I do
Thank
about
you.
platform we say so
Me Pacho me mama.
o ma me no why
Me na free asama.
okay so don't worry you can know everything in this universe as a soul so catch up with the teachings we want you youngest no mona the kingdom of God no mo dia why you are welcome and continue to learn with us okay me ba jala sanity okay Francis Jan Francha Jan
Sika
hello
Sika sorry with them I'm quick one be ebusuafo Mr. Mo say yehwe akola na o maame ekoma obi bia mpacho maamefo no mo a mo wo ma na pese o mo so ebenya this kind of knowledge no mo betimi do o maba ye be creating kola so de ama wo mo na o mo so have o mo so experience wo we de maame na o de ne ba na ba hanom sei ye da wase pa se odu ba na ba so no so emra mesua ade nti ekoma maamefo no parent am wo hanom nyina mo betimi de mo ma no aba no mo so ba be ye o man kasa be si o mo so ade afọ mo ho very interesting why sika na me de frame me das
okay me pajanti itiyo madam na me fa no ola ni nyana ola nya me fo bi fufuro okay D itiyo Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, bro. It's you, Kasa.
With the last time experience via me, I explained to Ethan or share me something I had to do. So I tried it. Me try, but I didn't get it. I didn't get the result at the moment, but my family die and me who lady be, and it felt like I said me now worry.
Okay.
And then wakɔyɛ biribi na abusuafoɔ no aba me fie and then they were pleading. And this wasn't the first time I said na ABS did about this time they leading them maame nko amba na ne papa ka ho. So I didn't understand because anytime bi na try see me hu ade bi na me hu leading nim blay. When so ba so me hu na nim but me sorry no me nkai na nim.
Okay.
So
Now so far no what you answer say.
That is a cry it.
Me
So
ba say
the following day me nyandu sa stage in a cry it. So the following day, I tried him, and then I felt, I sad die, and then in the dream, no, I just went to a society. I said, me who or ma minimum mom free mono, any ma minimum mom that's what and like they were mixed. Me come any man who we or that's what me come who we were free like only as moving. So I didn't understand the whole thing because not the main thing was I wanted to see who I am. Like I wanted to know stuff about myself. But not me, yeah, I just see things blur and then it assure me how I have to focus on something to get the results. Into me try and this is what I got and then I meant it. So I just wanted to share it and then get some clarity on what to do.
No, but clarity, nobody have it. You have your own clarity. The man say continue on. So, you still have the visuals and you still remember everything. Take it one after the other. Say, because okay, you are going to take the dream one after the other. Obani dieno. Any send panel whom no my miss. You see astral, you see physical, you see astral, you see physical. No? And try to visualize it vividly once you do the stiller, Either it will fall in a sleep or you step in the dream again and have your meaning to your own self.
Francisca, do you want to say something?
Yes, Mr. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sister.
Kakra na mekaka yeah, Mr. Kaka and Ceciano said this part that we have decided to be on. No. One thing that I say in Ayehuni say Bana uyo ya. A time will come you don't need anybody to explain certain things to you because as he said, no, we all have that ability in us. And see, when you get any dream and I say any projection, be an as a conscious person, go back, sit down, contemplate on it, or go back and project on it and see whether you can get answers. That is what we should do, and that is what will help us to get more information about ourselves. And the idea of say, obese me pay more information about yourself, no. Sometimes the information don't come once. And yet, say information then they buy and that will be the information about you. Because some of us the big crowd what by the 4,000 times. What by say 5,000 times. It's information back on is one out of your 4,000 you need to seek and get more information about you. So that is what I want to add. So when your information there, it is very good. You have done well. But stand on that information and go back within and try to understand it yourself. By so doing, you get more and more information. And level will be our cry and say, hey, all these things are about me. So I think that is what I want to add to it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's Mama. Okay,
And
it's that.
yeah, use the same thing. Focus. Focus your whole being about knowing your past life. Hold the intention. Focus your whole being onto it. Repeat it in the head. And then the thought is gonna get more energy for it to give you that response. But again, solely focus with your whole being upon achieving your goal, and it will come. Okay, Seeker.
And unto everyone, say ye kasi ye chere obiada ya se wa ha. And na lesson krenko. So Hano, we decided we not do it. Why you can do it by yourself? Nti na mo de ba na akase mo amoko hwehwem because yenim se obetimi aye, and it is who you are. Nti wo de ba na akere se wa akoko hwehwem. To everybody no so that ya just contemplate on the dream. So ultimate kai nkwa dia nema na ukai no focus on no, bring it onto the mind's eye, visualize, and you are going to project into it. Okay, mina a free year asamwa. Ana enyo no na mfano. Mina.
Yeah, oran so akasa o.
But ono nkwa so na wo pinti no. Hey, say bi sha say. Okay, mina bitie.
But some dreams be on my ultimate contemplate. You need some meaning.
Dreams like hello.
Huh?
Hola no more.
Hello.
Dreams like
Sika bi anani o person say dream bi ha obewie na refi so won't me contemplate
so we fit be fine.
that no person
Ntu se me kan say okai no nko ade on contemplating niema ne three na obobo di ni nyina ba ko ye one oba no that two dreams one oba no the third dream ne nsamanfo ni nipa no mambekse no okai nti on focus no onko but the on kai no we still have the ability to even do it. Why? Oh boy, I don't know whether you are a girl and answer your boy. Okay. Eddie. And I say Eddie. Facha me wise my modini ya.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Eddie and one Eddie.
Okay.
Yeah. And the message out there, my DM say most of it goes come me pa because I'm much on me yeah practice ni be Niger. I could realize it got to a point now it's like my mind was actually divided. As a my dream was when so as a me start dream other stuffs near be but now my dream is me here for an hour. You know, I want to cry and me be check it time no be share the way I money can no I need to do it another time. See me sorry say me babe trim no be share time is a be 15 minutes. And you know, sometimes no, it could be say what dream will be so too much into your mind will actually be divided. And you sometimes want to concentrate, no, you the concentration focus no on to me, yeah. Hello?
Yeah, it's you.
Mr. Eddie.
What's it?
Mr. Waha. It's you.
Yeah. And you know, in America say it looks as if say net up a message now it at the mind, mostly media. Yeah, and you know, my actual question is me share your friends say practicing as and I say me enjoy more no. You got to a point I me soon that I am in kai, but me start here no. Na me na me so die back home, you know, be me to me a kai pa. And you know, I quite remember about 2 months ago, me so die for me late father home. Yeah, me so die no na said yeah, you will fear and crofobia. It's like not almost attacking me. It's almost attacking me no. And me father new more prepare so na me nya kwan na omo attack me o eden mo enti me nya kwan epie enti me pie no na me father fap ma say or the bought one of omo person mo attack me no enti all of a sudden me younger brother pie hono pe na puma no ekoka me younger brother no enti no in fact e can no very seriously enti no afina na ye so ye nwan mo enti no last month my younger sisters some your friends some of them my na mo call sorry Jesus near be no mount prophecy near kika and you know I got a message from Mrs. Tabako no say say October way October October bibi papa NC my obusuan mo and you know was it about Wednesday media minister send a message no me no say bibi papa NC into no empire entry come and I see bibi papa NC media I'm out of it bibi crab I'm out of it. That is what I said to them and they were say media minji bindi that's media I'm out of it now me ni bibi am the mouse of bia and you know whatever they would do I don't know whether they did it or whatever and I think Wednesday we are now Wednesday training now my sister send me photo be nice. My younger brother na me ka say be apa edipuma eba ekwakobo bi na ekobo no onya accident na onya no nipa 5 free mu na ono the tea dry nsa I mean serious pa and you know my question is me who sad no should I can be to me a baby man to me changing nana because I could see say that accident now mean I think say microphone na come in and come wear me but it's I say me to me escape here and I say I don't know say practice now me no and universe no air protecting you so then I don't know if you get my question.
Yeah. You know to us. Nti sisi ano person who say how the man answer say.
O say
O person who say die no nka obetima ye bibia fa ho an answer say.
Nanka mitumi ye bibia nka accident na me nua ne nyae no. Ka onya.
Yeah.
Because say
yeah, nka obetima ye bibi na wa ka say hu bo ma wan pe ho anye bibia. Nka obetima ye no na wokọ Bible no ma say onyankopon yi kira na wasay no. But yes, I net you what I said to us, no, a one can so step into the dream, no change any money with dream. And I say, if you crank out the background, we still have the dream group as animal when we deal with it. And be our wash on the be whom and I say, be sana. You step in the dream and we start having the conversation and we change the situations in the dream. Until no, I walk as I with my young home, but one pemwa. And
okay.
So that is how to everybody, you know. Also, that you can step into the dream, you change things. Now you step in the dream with awareness. So you are aware in the dream, no dream not take you surprise. You are aware the things are going on in the dream. Then you put things in order. Okay. So it's that time as well.
My pacho, me last question back pacho. Me time bisa question today and then manya kwa inzo de. Dream chaser. Second question is why do we have to? I mean, so person who pass your friends say assistance or past life. Why do we have to? I mean, because sometimes we can say immediate one. No, I still don't think. I still don't get it. Say, why do we have to go for?
Okay. The curiosity of people, any the astral teachers and the other two Morgana who past life to be a per se. But I didn't enjoy and say enjoy manka honor or a tremuntina waha. So you are past life doesn't need say be a DBAC or life mu now no penti upeso kohe at the frontier and the continuation ediabahane they are fine. Peter always said life is now and now is here. So here no ne also with me a year more. The future is not exact. So who's a billionaire now one year more man pay business be and pay kuku be and we am pepeka be and toa emamu. So now you billionaire. Until life is now and now is here. What you are saying? So we have to deal with the past. Say be koso abusuenu nipa bi wu niema bi koso basa bi dia. You can go say okay, ukohe if you now the aba. Fine, but ubi a person who the past, ubi a person who the past. What the past in the body? You know, it's not focused, it's not needed much on this part, but life is here and now. Deal with the nowness and go on.
Yeah, because it to me can say be a project here, or you can just go for say be a beginner say no. You can open to me I check your friends or pass immediate pass a life no. Intina maybe no.
No, or the normal assignment. Said the bear am to my baby. But in any important say who here was
okay.
What do you say?
Okay.
If you want to engage you guys. I think that time so na say time na shifting into me.
Yeah, time now.
And the minimum of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Another class is waiting.
Ita.
The minimum up to 9:15. Yes, sir.
Ita.
Wait a minute, the rest of it.
Why, boss?
Ita.
Yeah.
Ita. Your friends say a program now. Me say no test now. Bon come akra wa mpacho.
I'm here.
Me no bon come open by am search akra.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Into more my family sisi and 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay. The seeker of truth. Money per 5
Yo, pay for me obi a wa apa iso.
Just so here.
And you ready about na my question is tiawa bi me say da mo asene mo nkyerɛkyerɛ mo de maye ana me gimi di so say bebre na in as much as ye mu bi mu ye akwadworo ne ye mu bi mu ntumi nya experience kakra bi nya experience na me pese me bisa sa question we say ne ebe ya ye mu bia enkomete ye practice na obi wo otumi share the experience and say otumi encounter bi ni bi obi tumi hu bibi obi tumi nti me pese me bisa na ye clear say the ebe ya yen committee ye ho wo kwan bi so because e bia obi share bi ni bi de be na e bia ye be ya ye betumi a committee e bia me hu say the me puti no e bia me hu say the me fa asem no bonko then ye be committee say e bia omo betumi edi enso minim say ye superior a omo ntumi di enso be bia na omo di bibi etumi atrek ye na e bia yakodi omo so say ye omo kasa signing of pact ni bibi sa no ni na ma me bisa sa question say ne be ya bia sa beans no say de bia mbi mo start enya experience na encounters bi no say de be ya yen committee.
Okay. I think say one great question back and answer back when say being bia obi ni bia nkoma a wonu obedi no emfa onkanko ana say emfa sa adesua we ho no hwe ho yie wo no ho ushia bi no say omo pese omo de niema bi ba wi ase nti omo pese omo de fa wo so a hwe ho yie wo no ana wo tumi say bi dem share bia no betima question say adenti e na wo hwe obi ho de na wo pese me ne wo ewo ye de na wo pese me nyema odenti na wo ba me nchen udin de say wo free hin bota ye ne say wo kwan ana wo share bia emohu bia obi share ne bia no matter the futures ni kwan say obohu because you are the same so so na ti omo nti mu nyina mo ye ko iko nti memohu one wo kwan say obusa no any question don't rush say me share bi nti me ne father for me submit it to him also be me say me sign the contract ne sign ma nneɛma nyinaa no sɛ umusa no question unto your satisfaction a ɛne ne nhyɛ biribiara ase ɛne ne nhyɛ biribiara ase until sɛ you satisfy your question ana wohyia no sɛ ɔyɛ papa a ɔbɛkyerɛ baabi ofiri sɛnti a ɔbaayɛ na deɛ nso ɔbɛboa yɛ ɛkwan wei a wonam so no ɛso mmoa na ɔde bɛboa wo ebia wotumi nyɛ projection ebia woda yɛ nyɛ ɔbɛhyɛ aseɛ sɛ wɔkyerɛkyerɛ wobɛhu sɛ saa bi no wɔyɛ bi papa apart from that no bia wobɛhyia no ɔbɛka sɛ sikasɛm wobɛtumi ama wo sika wobɛtumi ama wo saa nneɛma wei nyinaa no ɛne no ɛnkɔ saa agorɔ no and you have power to question any being why me deɛ nti na ba wofiri he wote he wodin de sɛ ma mehu botaeɛ wotirim adwene ma mehu ansa na mene wadi nkɔmmɔ ɔmo bɛyɛ ba sɛ wokɔsuro na wokɔ community to ɔmo nneɛma bi a wobɛfa wo nomum ɔmo bɛprocess ɔmo bɛuse you for anything bad so your answer is clear I think say we good on okay your answer is clear say clear man okay me da say any bye bye ma me fa Dominic brother Dominic we are my father Joseph
Good evening.
oh sister Nana A Nana
Good
A
evening,
baby
good
oh
evening.
yeah put your answer mommy why me pacho yeti o
Good evening.
good evening sir
Because media any there. One thing I'm observing say a due time na stillness no na wo set your intention e wo wadwin mu no I'm say last night you tell say obetumi akakye ade na akye wadwin mu no ade wakɔ ama observe no say me do sa state na metumi yiri intention ni mu saa but sɛ me start me home a sɛ metua home a metumi kakye ade no wɔ me mind's eye no fast a mehu sɛ makye ade no but sɛ me home no sɛ megye home no mu a yɛ a na metua home a na ɛboa me paa but megye home na mehome paa na sometimes ma me drop I don't know how a menim sɛ dɛm nti no what ase
ya sɛ ahome no ɛba no
nti hɔ na
ɛde wani ba wo ho so wote
na
ase
m'ani ba mo so yɛ
nti no you have to focus more ahome ne ba
okay
no na wadwene ba wo ho so sɛ woyɛ nipa o
okay yeah
na
yeah
mo
yeah
drop
yeah saa na
nti
me
focus more
yeah
why
Yeah,
okay
focus more
Dominic, my friend, the entire will feel this and so because what the force na ye. So what I say, I was so relaxing.
okay
And fast force and chinko any later uje mu a ho be kire.
okay
So what I relaxing.
okay
Now when you there no. Dodo a bit na twa kom no na waye, but men force the chinchina person who do a che. E
But
basa o wela uje mu a ho be kire.
I'm
Nti relaxing na ye. Men force ho. E practice na wo ye. Na o se wo develop it. So ho. Ade by force change na o person ye bibia fast o ho be kire. Nti no it's okay.
okay yeah that's the part anacha mema o mitu upeja on sache but drop it Nana A
Good afternoon.
good afternoon madam
If I show more questions,
kasa
my question is: send me a practice and I am a percent me pay and mom had really want, but many are doing all right. I'm sorry, I can be yet the main kind. The person who say, possible say, I want to me reading, and I'm so near strong.
obi wɔ hɔ a wontumi nredi no ana wonya daeɛ nso a wonkae anaasɛ woredi no wie a wontumi nkae ade korɔ no
Yeah.
no be specific wotumi redi nipa no but wontumi nka asɛm no na wo so daeɛ nso a wonkae ɛnyɛ saa na woka
Yeah, but yeah, them men kai dem who far on the pakone ho.
ɛyɛ na yɛ daeɛ anaasɛ woredi no
I don't know the difference. Die.
okay
To say me dream to say me
okay
pakone am see me
okay
say me
okay
ho.
I get it
So
say
Giga ma
ita kasa
so nana is so yeah for intention so the open will be also kai. Why? Yeah, no, no.
Kaya to say no pay say there am so ya me baba ko de ne de ma nya intention about no but minya a vision about the principal school or high school. Now my take it, I say omo dey call a college your money take it to take it on then they call you know and a principal na say and yet number na was near wrong and I'm saying no or no one the receipt in my and or the number man into or tintina try na miss say once sana into missing so man ye to say akwa ho kire no but me say ya mani twani bibia sana or the ticket no Emma akra ne back ntim so ya na am saying san go for person say sam ma de nti da me ready o ma me hu sana ma adwen yem.
Okay, that's good. Nti said the ita catch no dream no. Oh yeah, bibia na for intention can was ade ya me nti hu am so da ya wo se metimi kai. Na bibia be kai ne bi so ho no ma vibration na wo de call dream no no nya no na wo de buy nti no e ba sa na you short of internet. E ba sa na the brain team process you know nti no e ba sa na da ho din uwie na won kai da ho din na try hwe se obetima recover na say ibisa. Okay. Nti mini aba me da so why.
And that's
Yeah,
Time
that's
of
it.
Caroline.
Joseph, okay, Joseph Corte. Na mafa Carolina na yedimosika. Another class A
Oh, okay. Jessica, good evening to
Good evening, sir.
everyone. Ita, me says Ita, ebe explaining the meaning of the game, no. Almost like the yaba new, no. Almost like a biache one, but maybe some of us don't know the reason why we are here. So na Ita can say, na musika can obey you, obey so maybe not some people don't know the importance why we are here. Say it, I mean, and we take it time to say wow, you just go off. That is my first one. And my next question is say Ushia beings now. I want to know, said, yeah, in the physical plane, it me try being drawn. Can the beings also lie to us also? With me,
100%. 200 kura.
Any okay. And my last question, I think my friend Jessica about it. We are your brand say on your dream be about any brand and then accident, you know. Maybe I say your families are many platform ways, you know. How do we pray for them? Almost a time your sorry no your bomb by my busia your ma like how do we pray for our family, our wife, our kids, how do we pray for them?
Yeah.
Sure, that's
Okay.
my
What's about the ita na nkanti me come back on ita come back on. Wabusuafoɔ no deɛ wobɛyɛ ama wɔn no sɛ you set a white bulb around them. You set white bulb with intention and you are going to do it and do it and do it and do it. So Mawo Ghana, you set a white bulb, yellow bulb around them.
White lights.
White lights. Saa deɛ na wɔde ato wɔn ho ahyia no biribiara ne hɔ bituma breki. It's just protection. Just protection because
So I don't know, sir. Or say a bomb in case of protection or in case of what? I don't.
So I agree to man kaya mpa bonti hana so deɛ na ɛbɛyɛ ama wɔn.
Okay. And I know.
In case of say,
Joseph, how mobile the obey affirmations period. What you say?
Yeah, my child say in the case of say brand say also die ne brand do say na dream no
just do affirmations. Emma that one is enough. If you say bompai no ko bompai actually get nyakopon be.
Okay,
So
so then let me just come in real quick. So I have no empire but the thing that yeah, brother, the seeker kind of say, you create a shield of white light around the whole family, no? Not why intensifying it, there's nothing that can go through it, which is the words that the dream chasers also can until you so words but creating a ball of white light here around my family, you know, nothing can go through it and they are protected that way. You just leave it like that. And creating it, no, you don't create it where who creating in a way say so crab background I want to penetrate it through it. So you have to know how to word it so that it will be intensified, so that nothing can go through, and then your family will be safe and protected. And your brother need dream now. He could re-enter it and then reprogram the dream for it not to happen. But then we all have to practice, and then when we get to that level, he'll be able to do that. But at this point, no, we're not there yet. As we keep practicing, no, we'll get there and then be able to do all that you're asking about. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Frema. Auntie also that you dream and rechange things. Yes, Sister Caroline, be the last person. So, Brother Lord, Julius Ousu, your message, you know, am I your comment section? I say, why? Me patcho, me son, and me patcho, why? We have taken some people's time 25 minutes. Other class or more training. Ntima ayinkasa.
yeah, Joseph.
But my question is, a dear one makes media boy will be all the time when you refer there.
You refer there
as in like bibia na ni refi or the idea to baby cry na ni refi bibia na ni refi.
Yeah, you need to program the subconscious mind to be able to remember all this sort of stuff. So Caroline, okay, so you open a veteran number or you visualize the person and you store that ability in that person's head. Okay. And I think you know what I'm talking about, so you know how to do it. Just programming the person. The same way to be programmed will be the amount. Which my program in every human endeavors or whatever it is. So the person money you be able to my program on. In the case, you say on Kaya and then you just have to program that person, program that words, and you need to just send it to that person. I bet it will start to work. Wow.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You are going to open the remembering faculty, no?
Yeah.
Being happening in our home, a more to two. You be able to tell for, and then so yet we see her, a teacher for our her. So more last words be a model. I think me who announce will betray more her. Dream, ama.
Yes.
Students, no.
Yeah, once they say it was a fun day learning. But yeah, quite mama my money see her. Yeah, we should practice. Thank you and good night to you all. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Ama. Dream. Chesa.
And one a friend say what can Ama so can they should keep practicing. Thank you.
Akra, me somebody will come home and say, aha, we don't have anything other than knowledge, but we have everything, which is the soul. Indeed, we can do all things through the soul, which strengthens us. The same as Christ. Now, we can do everything with that soul. No, it's information, it's consciousness, it's everything. And through the soul, all things were created. So you can be anywhere, anytime, any minute, any seconds. To the newcomers, na mabano. I think say beginners, no mako money pa. Nti monye mhosa mobe catch up. So omoko intermediate ya mona mobe new beginners. Nti When you must move catch it up with the videos no e ho no said e be ya move hu how move see am put to questions. Ana young boy bi no ba mu no maame no de ne ba ye no mo de say or the best start bibi maame na nkasa will be beside of the child no na watimi aboa no na ye dam sa maame na se pa. This is what we are suffering for. We want to leave this knowledge for the future generation, and they are going to be the spearhead for our knowledge is power, and knowledge is God, and God is information. Knowledge is power, and lack of it, you will die. So here we deliver only knowledge. So catch it with understanding, and you can do all things. Ita, what can we be actually on my uncle?
Yeah, so I think some more wanted Joseph. No, Jeffrey. Joseph Kwate. Yeah, time now, and so as soon. So more mighty man because we don't fan chair, and then we wait to marry your recordings and up to win page, and we all will come and answer you. Wait my type out or sorry. Never be answer. With your time now soon. Yeah, 30 minutes. So with yeah. So practice. I think in your church room. So I think we'll be to be a little bit of what.
Oh, understanding.
Yeah. So goodbye,
Okay.
everybody. Great day.
Yeah, we shall phone Yambo China, Yabishia. Why, Brantem said, I am with me some questions. Bye bye. Okay, Dream. When I start here.